Welcome to Lair of the Alchemist, and on today's episode, ranking the songs on Bruce Dickinson's new album, The Mandrake Project. I did a live first-time listen video, and since I loved it when I first heard it, since then, I've only grown to appreciate the album more. It's not a perfect record. There are a few songs on here that, maybe I don't like as much as others. I wouldn't say there's anything on here that I really, really dislike. Maybe there's one song on here that I really dislike. But overall, the album for me has I've just really enjoyed it, and I've seen a kind of a common complaint for this record is a reason why I really like it. A lot of people feel like it sounds like these songs were recorded at different times, and being that it was so long between this album and Bruce's last solo album, that might make sense. But for me, I actually enjoy that. I like the fact that the tone of the guitar changes from song to song, the tone of the leads. There's a lot of nice little production things going on, different instruments, different sounds. Even Bruce's voice sounds different throughout the various songs. There's times when there's effects on his voice. There's times where he's just singing in different ranges. Each one of the songs kind of has a different feel to it, which I appreciate also. So I really, really enjoy this album, and I found myself listening to it almost every day since it came out. But like I said, it's not perfect, so I thought it would be fun to rank the songs on the record. There's 10 songs. I would say there's really only the bottom two or three. The bottom two or three were easy for me to pick, my two or three least favorite. The top, I'm going to say 4 were easy for me to pick as my favorite. This one's kind of in the middle that were I had to do some shuffling around. So let's jump into it. All right. Going from my least favorite to my favorite. Number 10, my least favorite song is Rain on the Graves. I did a live reaction to this when it was out as a single. Don't really feel much different to it today. I really dislike the verse in this. I don't like the way Bruce is singing here. I think the chorus is okay, but this is definitely my least favorite. And a lot of it has to do with the verse and that feel in the verse, where everything drops out and Bruce is kind of like half singing. I mentioned in my original live reaction to it that it sounded like the devil went down to Georgia. So this is definitely my least favorite. That was an easy one for me to pick. All right, next for me is number 9. Ninth, going from least favorite to favorite, is Face in the Mirror. This one for me, in the live reaction, I was just expecting this song to sort of go somewhere, to take off, to have a big chorus, to have something happen, and it never really does that. It just sort of stays kind of in the same area. Bruce's voice is in the same range. I was expecting something like a Tears of the Dragon, where all of a sudden Bruce starts belting out this massive chorus, and it never comes. And not that it's a bad song. I like the lyrics, and I do kind of like the feel with the acoustic guitar and stuff, but it just sort of sits there. There's no big sort of payoff for me that I'm sitting there waiting for. All right, number 8 for me is Fingers in the Wounds. I don't like this title. I don't like this imagery. It just makes me think of what you're thinking of, somebody sticking their finger in somebody's wound. I know that there could be a biblical reference to that, but I don't know. It just, the feel of it, it's an okay song. I do think the chorus is pretty catchy, but overall it just kind of sits there, especially considering there's a lot of other songs in here that I really, really like better. All right, 7, Mistress of Mercy. I like the heavy feel of this one, the distorted bass. The chorus is really catchy. Bruce is pretty aggressive on this one, so I do really like the energy of that one. That's what puts it above Fingers in the Wounds for me. Number 6, Resurrection Men. Great chorus. I love the part in the song where it drops down to like this half speed. And here's again like the guitar tone. He's playing like these slow single note things, and the guitar tone gets real buzzsaw-like and real gritty. So I really like this one. And again, that tempo change really does it for me in that one. All right, number 5 is Sonata, Immortal Beloved. This one, it ranks a little bit lower for me because it does drag on a little bit. But this one is, I love Bruce when he's in this zone, these sort of ballads, these mid-tempo ballad things. I love the feel of it. I love the lyrics. I especially love Roy Z's soloing as the song is fading out. It's very kind of David Gilmour-like. I just love it. I think Roy Z sounds great on this whole record. I always liked Roy Z, but my appreciation and respect for him really grew after this record. So this one lands here because I love the feel. I love the soloing. It's not a little bit higher because I felt like it could just be a little bit catchier. It does feel like it drags on a little bit. Number 4, Many Doors to Hell. I like this because it's very straightforward. Great chorus, great feel. I love the main riff. It's got this new wave of British heavy metal feeling kind of riff to me. So that one gets in at number 4. Number 3, Eternity Has Failed. I like this better than the Iron Maiden version. In fact, I've been thinking of doing a video of comparing the Bruce solo version to the Iron Maiden version. Not that they're like completely different or anything, but it's the subtle little changes that really knock it up a few notches for me. I mean, I like the Iron Maiden version, but I love the production on this one. I love the little sounds like at the beginning. I love the tones and the guitars. I think the performance is a little bit tighter. I think Bruce takes some more chances with the vocals. There's some layered vocals towards the end that I really, really like. So love this one. Comes in at number 3 for me. Number 2, Afterglow of Ragnarok. This was the first single. I love the chorus. It's a super, super catchy chorus, a big chorus. I like the main riff. I like the soloing in it. So this one is just for the catchiness of it. It's just the chorus is great. The melody and the verses is great. Number 1 for me, this was an easy pick. Shadow of the Gods. I absolutely love this song. I mentioned earlier, I love when Bruce is singing these kind of ballad type things. And here's where I didn't get sort of a big payoff in Face in the Mirror. Here you get it in Shadow of the Gods, where Bruce is kind of lower in his range during the voice, and then he just goes up and he's belting during the choruses. I love the lyrics. I love the melody line. There's some of these transitions like in the melody line where he moves from one section to another that just send a shiver up my spine. There's a part in the song there where it starts riffing, this heavy riff that reminds me of like Randy Rhoads, Revelation, Mother Earth vibe to it. Great soloing. I just love the epicness, the epic feel of it. Bruce's delivery, the lyrics, sends a shiver up my spine. When I did that live reaction video, I even got choked up hearing this song. So I absolutely love this song. It's one of my, if I had to make a top 10 favorite Bruce songs, this would land up in that list. So this really makes the album for me here. I absolutely love Shadow of the Gods. Okay, there's my ranking of the new Bruce Dickinson album. How's this album sitting for you guys now? What are we, 2 weeks out from when it came out? Maybe if you want to list them all, you're from your least favorite to your favorite, list them down below. If you just want to give your favorites, least favorites, go ahead, do that down below. Till we see you again, make sure you stay heavy, stay metal.